I'm showing you how to make my healthier gluten-free sugar cookies with a cream cheese frosting that doesn't require any rolling or chilling. The soft and chewy sugar cookies are gluten-free with almond and tapioca flour, and they're naturally sweetened with maple syrup and cane sugar. The fluffy cream cheese frosting is sweetened with organic powdered sugar and has the perfect amount of tang from a little bit of lemon juice. Then the cookies are topped with festive sprinkles for the perfect holiday cheer. We're going to start by creaming together our butter with our sugars. We'll start with half a cup of softened butter, half a cup of organic cane sugar, half a cup of maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 1/8 teaspoon almond extract. And then we'll simply mix these together until well combined. So you want to mix it until it's all creamed together and then a little bit light and fluffy like this. And now we can add 1 egg, and then we're going to mix again just until the egg is incorporated. And now we can add in our dry ingredients, which includes 3 cups of almond flour, 3/4 of a cup of tapioca flour, and then I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder and half a teaspoon of salt. And then we'll just mix these together until well combined. And then we have this very yummy smelling, light and fluffy cookie dough. To bake my cookies, I like to line my cookie sheet with a piece of parchment paper, and this makes it really easy for getting the cookies on and off of the cookie sheet. And then I'm going to use my cookie scoop so that all the cookies are a uniform size. So I'll just scoop up some dough and then place it right on top of the sheet. I love this recipe because you can enjoy sugar cookies without having to roll out the dough and sprinkle flour and make a huge mess in your kitchen. Now, if we bake the cookies as is, they are going to have this slightly rough texture on top. So a really easy hack for getting that nice smooth finish is to just take a really small little bowl of water and a paper towel, and then you just dip your fingers into the water and then just kind of pat them on the paper towel so they're not too wet, and then you just go into your cookie and you very gently kind of press it down and smooth out all those edges. This also gives you a chance to make sure that the cookie shape is nice and round. So you just put a little more water on your fingers so that they don't stick to the dough. And this only takes a minute and will give you a really beautiful result. Well, now that all my cookies are smoothed and shaped, they're ready to go into a 350-degree oven. And you'll want to bake them for about 11 to 13 minutes, just until the sides are starting to turn a real light golden brown. So while our cookies are in the oven, we can go ahead and make our cream cheese frosting. So we're going to start with 4 ounces of cream cheese that is room temperature, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and 3 pinches of salt. And then we're going to mix these together until they're well combined. Now you can leave your frosting white or you can add some color to it. Now you could make this full batch of frosting, divide it in half, and then mix in your colors to both halves if you want to have 2 colors, or you could just make 1 batch per color. I'm going to go ahead and make this batch kind of a light sky blue color using some organic food coloring because I want kind of that wintry snowflake effect. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this in before I add the powdered sugar. Ooh, that's pretty. So now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of organic powdered sugar, but you could certainly use regular powdered sugar if you prefer. And then I'll just mix this in until smooth. Well, that looks fantastic, but I think we need to do a quality control test. That is so good. It has the perfect amount of butter to cream cheese, and then adding the lemon juice just gives it a little more tang, which I really like. And now we can store our frosting in the fridge until our cookies are all cooked and cooled. So here's a batch of cookies that I cooked, and you can see how they have this beautiful round shape and they're just lightly golden brown around the sides. I allowed them to rest on the counter until they were completely cooled, so now they are ready to frost. Because you don't want to frost a warm cookie because that can melt your frosting. To frost your cookies, you can easily use like a knife or spatula and just spread it right on top of your cookie, or you can use a piping bag. I'm just using a really simple little round tip on my piping bag. And then I'm going to fill it with this gorgeous frosting. Now you can use whatever piping design or tip you like. I really like just using the simple round tip, and then I apply the frosting in a circular pattern, letting it swirl smaller and smaller until I get to the inside. So here we go. It's going to start with a nice generous flow and just go around the outer edge. And then when I get back to where I started, I just go inside my previous piped line till I reach the middle and pull up to get a really cute little tip. You can also just leave the cookie on the cookie sheet And just apply the frosting in a big circular pattern and then lift. That is so fun. And then the best part is adding your sprinkles at the end. And these are some real simple organic sprinkles that taste really good and have really fun shapes to them. Well, that is an adorable winter-inspired cookie that is ready to be enjoyed. Crunchy sprinkles. That is delicious. The flavor just keeps getting better and better. As soon as you bite into the cookie, you get that lightly toasted exterior, but then it's really soft and chewy on the inside. And then you get that smooth frosting with that cream cheese flavor. And then adding the lemon juice just gives it a little bit more tang and flavor. And then I love having the little sprinkles on top to give it a little more crunch. That makes me feel like a kid again, just enjoying a frosted sugar cookie. I love that these are a healthier option to traditional sugar cookies because they're made with clean, natural ingredients and they don't include any refined white sugar or white flour. But of course, they are still a treat, so they will need to be enjoyed in moderation. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today in my kitchen. And I've included a link to the full recipe and it's in the video description below, which leads you to my website, gentletummy.com. And I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you know someone else who you think would love this recipe, please share this video with them. And I cannot wait to have you hang out with me again in my kitchen.